Hey, thanks for tuning in for another episode of A Drink from Upstream. So you're probably aware, at least you should be aware, like where have you been if you're not aware, that the Olympics are going on. The Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Japan, pretty awesome. I haven't been able to catch a ton of it, but enough to just get me excited about what's taking place in all of these different venues. So I don't know what your favorite sport is, but I love the track and field. I just think there's something really cool about that. I love the diving, these high dive, crazy dives that these competitors, these men and women are doing. But of course, anybody that knows me knows that when it comes to the Summer Olympics, wrestling is where it's at. And so I've been tracking with the U.S. Olympic team even back before the trials. And I've been tracking with some of these competitors since their college days, and I just love to see them on the world scene. But it doesn't matter what your favorite sport is. When it comes to the Olympics, it's awesome. I mean, these are the best athletes in their particular sport in the entire world, and they are just powerful. So here's what we see, right? There's competition. And this fierce competition. Some of them are competing against others, and others are competing against time and precision and different things like that with judges and all of that. But all of it, there's a competition, and there are competitors, and there are great challenges, and there's adversity. There's challenges that they have to overcome physically. Almost all of them have had to work through various injuries along the way. The mental aspect of fierce competition is one of the most difficult parts. I remember when I was wrestling, started as a little kid and wrestled up into college, and the further I kind of ascended into kind of the higher rankings of competition, the more I recognized that this is a mental game as much as anything else. Yes, you had to be in shape. My goodness, you had to be in shape. And yes, you had to be good. You had to have skills. You had to be a technical wrestler in order to be a good wrestler. But the mental game was so real. And so that's what I want to talk with you about today is when you watch the Olympics, you expect competition. You expect competitors, you expect challenges, you expect conflict, you expect that. It's normal. It wouldn't be the Olympic Games without those things. And I want you to recognize that so it is in life. This is life, friends, in this world. I don't know what it's like on other planets. I've never been to other planets. Maybe it's different there, but in this life, on this planet, there's challenges. There's injuries to overcome. There's all of the conflict that has to be engaged in, all of those things. And I want us to manage our mindset in this sense. Recognize that it's normal and it should be expected. And here's where I'd say, this is what I want to tell you today. Engage in these things as the victor, as the one who wins. It's a mind thing. It is something that we have to manage. So a quick personal story. When I was in high school, when I was a senior in high school, I was wrestling in the state tournament. And I was kind of one of the top wrestlers, kind of favored to win, or at least one of the favorites to win. I had taken 5th the year before, and I got into the semifinals match, and I was so close. I had been dreaming of being a state champion for several years and working in that direction, and I was so close. I knew that I was one match away from going for 1st and 2nd. So the semifinals match is a key match. And there was something that took place in my mind. I started wrestling to not lose rather than to win. And friends, it almost cost me. I barely won that match. At the end of regulation competition, we tied. We went into overtime. At the end of overtime, we tied, and it went down to criteria. And because I took that guy down more times than he took me down, I won. That's how I got into the finals. And I recognized, my coach recognized it too. And we recognized that I had made a shift in my mind, and it almost cost me all of my hopes and dreams. When I went into the finals match, rather than wrestling to not lose, I wrestled to win. I was wrestling that guy as if I were already the state champion and he was just in the way. And I won the match. In fact, I won it. It was a close by score, but I pretty much won the match, like seriously, right? And so this is the thing. It's a mindset. It's if we don't manage this mindset, we can go into life discouraged, not expecting, not thinking that these challenges are normal and such. And here's the reality. We're not going to triumph over every single challenge, but it's our mindset that we manage in this way. So I want to give you this verse, 2 verses, 1 John chapter 5, verses 4 and 5. And it says this, "For everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world. And this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith." That's verse 4. So it's our faith in Jesus Christ that causes us to be victorious in life, in this world, right? And verse 5, "Who is it that overcomes the world except the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God?" We who are followers of Christ, we are walking with Jesus, who is victorious. And since Jesus is victorious and we are in Christ, then we too are victorious. We will actually overcome the world, friends, because of our faith in Jesus Christ. So the world means that's like the greatest conflict, the greatest challenge in all of the universe. And if we're going to overcome the world, the greatest conflict, then friends, we should manage our mindset as if we are overcoming the other things that this world throws at us, kind of the daily or the weekly challenges and conflicts that we have, right? So manage your mindset, right? Pretend like you're an Olympian, right? And you're just going into competition, and conflict and challenges and those things are normal and to be expected, but you're going at it as the victor. There you go, a drink from Upstream.